But the other stock on our radar right now is Sterlite Technologies. Let's just get the stock on board for you. The company has got a court approval for the demerger of its power business. So now Sterlite Technologies will be only a pure play telecom products business, and the power business will be demerged into a separate entity. Anand Agarwal, the CEO and director of Sterlite Technologies, joins us now to talk about that. Hi Anand, thank you for joining us on the show. Just start by telling us about the demerged power business. What exactly is the loss on the power business currently, and post the demerger, what gets left back with the telecom business in terms of revenue growth, etc.?
Hi Sonia, good morning. Thanks for having me. The power business essentially is the infrastructure oriented business. So we have conductors business there, cables business there, and 10 projects that we were developing in the power business. So bulk of the debt which the consolidated company had now goes to the power business, while the telecom entity, which is Sterlite Technologies, now continues to be a pure play telecom products as well as network management and network integration company. So and this part of the business is a business which is showing promise, which is showing growth in terms of what we see on the data and broadband side, and that's a part which will continue to be listed entity, and Sterlite Technologies then now becomes from an integrated broadband network provider.
Okay, but what happens to the power unit? It is still a subsidiary of Sterlite Technologies, isn't it? Even if it is demerged, you will sell it off?
It gets demerged into a separate unlisted entity, and the shareholders there have an option of the power business has been valued. The shareholders have an option of either encashing about 22.5 rupee per share, or get redeemable preference share option. So that has been approved by the High Court yesterday. And now, so we'll have the telecom company as a listed entity, and the power company would be an unlisted entity, which different category of investors, which would be more in the likes of insurance funds as well as pension funds.
So you said bulk of the consolidated debt will go to the power business. What exactly is the consolidated debt, and how much will be transferred to the power business?
The consolidated debt is almost 6,500 crores, which is on account of the projects that we were developing and they are operating in the power business. So almost close to 5,500 crores of that will move to the power business. So telecom will become very, very debt light. Almost less than 1,000 crores of debt will be on the telecom books.
And Sterlite Technologies will own nothing at all in the power company?
That's right. So Sterlite Technologies will be a pure play telecom company. The entire power piece is demerged into a separate company called Sterlite Power Technologies Limited.
So for the listed Sterlite Technologies, what kind of telecom revenues can we expect over the next, say, 1 year or so? Because if I look at the quarterly run rate, it's been somewhere around 450 to 580 crores in terms of revenues for telecom. How much can it grow to over the next couple of quarters?
If you look at the pro forma of the telecom business over the last 4 or 5 years, it has been growing at about 28%, and we believe that that sort of growth or something better than that we can foresee over the next few years. We'll be having our board meeting of the demerged entity this Thursday, and we'll be coming with a clear set of results for the full year for the telecom only business on Thursday evening. Maybe we can give you a better color of the numbers, the margins, the return on capital. But the company now, the listed telecom entity, has become a company which is pretty decent in terms of margins, in terms of return on the capital deployed, as well as on the return on equity. The exact numbers we are going to share with you this Thursday evening or Friday.
Okay, but can you give us some historically, how much has your telecom business been growing in terms of revenues, and what were its margins as of March 31?
Yeah, historically the businesses for the last 5 years or so have been growing at about 28% CAGR. The margins, EBITDA margins for the telecom business segmentally were about 21-22%, and the return on capital has been on at the high teens as we look at the pro forma of the telecom business. More details we can provide maybe just post the board meeting.
So at any point, will you be looking to list the power business, the demerged entity?
Currently, there is no such thought. Currently, the thought is that the business gets restructured in terms of getting the listing could be in the form of the InvITs or getting a different category of investors, but nothing immediately in terms of listing in the equity markets.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Anand, thank you very much for joining us with your take on the demerged entity. Well, let's take a break on that note, but coming up, Ramakrishna Forgings.